Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Unicorn Trajectory podcast. Today, we have a really interesting topic, and the topic today will be how to architect a venture scale company. I'm Skye, your host, and we also have Skye Nguyen, Chief Fundraising Officer, today in the house. Hello, hi, how are you
Nice to
today?
meet you. Yeah, very good. Nice to meet all of you today.
Do you know how long does it take on average to create a unicorn?
Normally, I see a lot of case in 8 to 10 years to create unicorn. Sometime in the shorter, at the high growth rate, in 2020 to 2022, a lot of unicorn creates after 3 to 5 years. But now, when the economic now change, a lot of unicorn in the short term like that, they are dying. So I expect 8 to 10 years to have unicorn.
Yes, I definitely the average time over the year has reduced from 10 to around 7 years. But that doesn't mean that if you spend or anyone that spend 10 to 7 years of your life building a tech startup, it's gonna become a unicorn, right? This is like 0.00001%, and most likely the cases, more often the cases, you end up with a divorce and a health crisis if you're not careful, right?
Mm.
Was it your case in the past?
In my case, one of my old company, I take 5 years to build the business, and at the fifth year, I close the business. So that's one of my thing happened with me, broke with all the founder, investor, and I review other.
Yes. So it's actually building a future unicorn means building a very high growth company. And we have talked about the strategy of thinking behind it. But the expectation is going to be a very painful process because its growth never comfortable, right? And many founders, they can create a product, but they are not trained as a CEO of a high growth startups, and they are not equipped with a clear roadmap to construct a massively commercially successful company. And they might not know how to commercialize the product at scale or operate the company at high growth mode. And because of that, the psychology here, sometimes many times they could get overwhelmed by the growth itself, by the opportunities, by the challenges, by the fundraising, and by the increasing demand of investor, customer, and the team. And experiencing growing pains can affect the business performance and personal life of founders. And I just want to give the audience a heads up about this, so they know what they're getting into, like, psychologically. So the thing is, when you face challenge either in taking the product to the market, or fundraising, or problem with customer, with the team, there's so much thing going on, and it's very normal that you will have, like, your drive and your performance is gonna go down. You feel stressed out, you feel lacking of support. Sometimes you feel like you lose your passion for the company altogether. And then you get like a personal life or health crisis, right? And in many of these situations, I see that the reactions from the founders is this. So they will start attending endless conferences. And then the next thing is that they search Google, YouTube to find the answers, or they gather a soup of ideas and advice from many different people from many different fields, or they hire one or two superstars employee and hope that these superstars will solve everything. You see, this is the common, like, way of founders dealing with things when they are stressed.
A lot of time happened with me a lot too. And I think when all the case happens at that time, a lot of case at that time I don't have the other advise me is in the right way to do. So this is the most of the thing I always do. And to be honest, sometimes it's work, but the result of successfully I see that it's very small, and it consume me a lot of time to doing this. I hope at the time I know someone who did that before and guide me.
Yes, so next time, when you get overwhelmed by the growth of the company, just take a moment, take a deep breath, and know that there's a different ways which we have spoken about, which is the strategic growth and strategic fundraising, or the unicorn trajectory, right? Where you can go back on all of these videos and look for the ways to think of how to architect your companies. And those steps, let me summarize it. So first, redefine your company purpose. Which industries or which group of customer are you changing their lives for, right? The next thing is expand the potentials of the company, find the bigger markets. The next thing is create a profitable commercial strategy and cut down all the loss-making verticals, right? The fourth thing is like build and expand your product suites that actually will create profitability. The fifth thing is to position your company as the market leader in your own category and go and solve the problem of that category. Go and PR the problem. You can go back to my videos on positioning and see how to do this. The sixth thing is you don't need a lot of junior people. You need a few great people. The seventh is creating operating principles that can actually build a business, not just revolutions, but the revolution itself needs to be driven by a successful commercial business. And you can go back to the operating principles to understand the principles behind a commercially successful business, right? The eighth thing is to optimize and automate revenue-driven process. And the ninth thing is be on top of it and spend around 6 months on this process, go through all the steps that I list out, and then you will be in a much better positions to fundraising, or in better case, you become the target for investment or future acquisitions. And I have done this many, many times, and we know that it's going to happen. So we hope that for you too. Thank you, Hai, for sharing your real case studies and your work with the audience as well.
Yeah, thank you.
And
if you can go to the unicorn trajectory and work with Skye